I'm Chief Bergeron with Hammond Police Department. We're here today to discuss some recent events that we've had occur in Hammond, to dispel some of the rumors, and to give y'all information on what we will be doing to handle some of the problems that we've had. We can go back this past Friday night. We had a shooting in our downtown Hammond area. That shooting sparked a lot of controversy and a lot of interest from a lot of people. We've had other incidents that have occurred that have also done the same in our downtown area. That night, there was a shooting earlier at a location outside the city, and we believe that the incident that we had was some type of retaliation of that shooting. We had officers on scene. We had officers right there. When this shooting occurred, we had an officer that was within 25 yards of the incident. These people that are doing these acts don't care about law enforcement, they don't care about life, and they don't care about anyone that could potentially be hit by their recklessness. That being said, there was a 17-year-old at 2 o'clock in the morning in the mainly bar area who was struck. When this 17-year-old and his 19-year-old brother arrived at the hospital, the mother ended up arriving, and they failed to cooperate. They refused to give us any information, even at one point laughing at my detective as he was asking questions. It's a shame when not only the kids feel they shouldn't be involved or shouldn't cooperate with law enforcement, but when the parents condone this type of actions. As a follow-up to that incident, we did an operation the next night. In that operation, we ended up making 16 arrests. We recovered 10 firearms. The firearms that we recovered, there was one from a convicted felon. One of them had an obliterated serial number. Two of them had machine gun conversion devices, which are commonly known as switches. And the rest of them, the possessors were also in possession of CDSs. This is unacceptable. These people that are coming to the city and doing this, and just to give y'all some numbers, out of the 16 arrests that we made, 7 of them were for Hammond. The addresses and the locations and where these people were from ranged from Covington all the way to Brookhaven, Mississippi. We're working with our partners across the state as well as in Mississippi. I've been in contact with the assistant chief and chief of police over there. And some of the people that are involved in incidences here in Hammond are absolutely going back and forth between the areas. One common link to that was the gas station shooting that we had. The car that was utilized in that was taken during a carjacking in Macomb, Mississippi from some undocumented immigrants who failed to report the car as stolen. That shows us that these criminals going up and down the I-55 corridor and ending up in Tangipahoa Parish, and specifically in Hammond. Moving forward, what are we going to do? I would tell you that Hammond Police Department's operations, as it happened this past Saturday night, will continue to happen all the way through the summer, if not longer. We will have an additional 20 officers on the streets every single night that we run this operation, which will be at minimum 3 nights a week, maybe 4. We will have people working overtime. We will have people adjusting their schedules. It will be anyone from the brand new rookie that has started with our police department to our administrative staff, such as myself and my assistant chief, Angelo Monaster. We will hold these people accountable. We will go after them. We will identify them. We're going to be reaching out to our state and federal partners, such as this is Captain Louis Collada with the Louisiana State Police, and this is a special agent in charge, John, I'm just going to blank your last name. Tapp. John Tapp, I apologize, with the FBI. We are going to be reaching out to them. They have offered their intel analysts as well as manpower and support to assist us in this. We're going to be able to identify, and we're going to work on identifying the people that are coming back and forth through the state from Mississippi. And Louisiana State Police is going to assist us in doing some proactive patrols and assist us, I should say, in trying to get these people stopped prior to even getting to Hammond. The FBI has been nice enough to assist us with a lot of intel gathering. We're going to be utilizing the State Police Fusion Center also as a way to get some of this information. But just remember this, we are going to be proactive. In the city of Hammond, we're going to have a zero tolerance rule that's going to go into play. We're going to put these people in jail if they step out of line from a minor infraction to a major infraction. We're going to go after anyone who's victimizing our community. We will not allow this to continue to happen. We will not stand by idly. We will be out here and be proactive in the way that we handle these criminals coming to our city. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Captain Collada.
Thank you, Chief. To echo what the Chief has already said, State Police stands by our local, state, and federal partners. We will be here to assist them with whatever needs they have. We are here to hold not only our citizens, but also the travelers that come through our interstate systems and our local communities. They have to be held to the standard, right? That's what everyone expects from us and expects us to do. So we will be here to enforce those laws. We will be pushing all that information that we can gather and sharing it with our partners, and they will be held accountable. So, thank you.
State Police has been a great partner of ours. They have assisted us in many investigations. Even in some of the recent investigations, they had a detective that was assigned to work with our detectives and were assisting us in doing it. So that's one of the partnerships we definitely appreciate. It's been a long-standing partnership that we've had, and we always appreciate their assistance. And the Special Agent in charge, Mr. Tapp.
Thank you, Chief Bergeron, Captain Collada. Good afternoon, folks. I'm Jonathan Tapp, Special Agent in charge of the FBI's New Orleans Field Office. Here we cover the entire state of Louisiana. And we're here today to tell you that we recognize the increase in gang violence here. Gang violence that has even spread to Hammond's downtown historical district. Now, these criminal street gangs show a complete disregard for human life, public safety, and the entire community. No one in Hammond, Tangipahoa Parish, or anywhere in Louisiana should have to think twice about going to the grocery, a ball game, or any festival without gangbangers, gunfire going off everywhere. And to the students and their parents at Southeastern Louisiana University and everybody in the community, the FBI is here to partner with our brothers and sisters at Hammond PD, Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office, Louisiana State Police, and all of our law enforcement partners in Tangipahoa Parish to end the gang violence. To the violent gangbangers out there, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Together with our law enforcement partners, we will find you, we will investigate you, we will arrest you, and you may find yourselves in federal prison for the rest of your lives. You will not go on terrorizing this community or any other. The FBI's New Orleans Gang Task Force will be up here every day working side by side with our law enforcement partners to look for federal crimes so you go to federal prison. We're bringing all of our investigative resources here, and we will use every lawful investigative tool to bring violent offenders to justice. We will fully support targeted initiatives and proactive policing here. And to the public, if you have any information about violent criminals or violent gangbangers, please call your local police department, call the parish sheriff's office, call Louisiana State Police, call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI, or submit a tip at tips.fbi.gov. Thank you very much. Chief?
The partnerships are important. Hammond Police Department is fortunate in the number of officers that we have here. We're almost fully staffed. We're going to be able to provide the manpower to put extra officers on the streets for each and every event that we have, as well as on a weekly basis. But the partnerships of the background, the helping us, to being able to share the information from all the way from New Orleans to Tangipahoa Parish and help us identify these suspects is going to give us the proactive jump that we need to make sure we resolve this problem as quickly and as efficiently as possible. As some of you may know, probably 5 or 6 years ago, we had it starting to ramp up, at which point we created a gang task force within my agency and with Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office. and we were able to make great strides. We were able to subside a lot of it. A lot of those people went to jail. Unfortunately, some of them are starting to get out of jail now, and I believe that's part of the reason we're starting to see some of the uptick again. What I promise our citizens, our university, and the parents that are sending their people here, and our business owners, we are going to be the police agency that you want. We are the police agency that you want. Every incident that has occurred, we have had officers right there. We're going to put more officers right there, and we're going to hold the people accountable that want to come here and victimize our community. Is there any questions?
Chief, people are talking about the gang, not an issue, not only in Hammond, but really sort of in the parish. How prevalent is it? How bad is this problem?
Look, I think if you have one person that's involved in a gang, it's a problem. What I would tell you is it comes down to the partnerships on why we need to be together and make sure that we're working together, and we need to make sure, look, we don't have a bunch of, I guess you would say, the nationally known gangs. It's a lot of local type groups that are gathering, but we're going to do everything we can to get rid of those groups and hold those people accountable as fast as we possibly can.
Chief, you talked about the fact that you guys will have more presence out there. A lot of the business owners are for this. They talk about how they went to the council, asked for funding. Can you talk about, is that still needed to put more cameras out there? I saw the command center already out there. Is funding still needed?
Absolutely. Listen, we have increased our camera presence over the last several years. We have, I think, over 60-plus cameras that are throughout the city. Do we need more cameras? Absolutely. My thought was we could create a downtown district, not necessarily put a precinct there, an actual police station, but a district, and it's a patrol district, and we would assign a certain number of officers that are there every single day working those districts. We could sit here and we could beat up the politics of it and the fact that it wasn't funded and everything else, but what we're going to do is we're going to take what we have, the hand that we're dealt. We're going to reach out to our local, state, and federal partners for assistance and say, hey, we need help. And that's what we're going to do. They're going to help us. They've jumped on board. So yes, is there funding, more funding that's going to be needed? Absolutely. For me to put all these officers on the street, there's going to be budgetary restraints with overtime and everything else that goes with that. So I would imagine at some point we will be back in front of the council or the people who make those decisions on whether or not they're going to give us the funding. We'll see.
Can you give us a perspective on just the rate of violent crime here? And I know that you have a zero tolerance policy here, but is violent crime on the uptick here? Or is it, because I don't want to make this a media-generated situation where crime is happening everywhere in Hammond. Give us a perspective of the last 2 years. Is violent crime or non-violent shootings up here?
Listen, the thing about Hammond is if we have any violent crime, everybody gets upset, and that's absolutely what should happen, right? Because that's unacceptable in our community. You're talking about a community that could have anywhere from 0 to 5 murders on average per year. So do I believe that the violent crime is just a major, major issue every single day where people need to be concerned as they walk around and amongst our city? Absolutely not. If you look at the times when we're having these incidents happen, it's late night hours or early morning hours, 2 a.m. in the morning. We don't have rampant crime running around the city of Hammond. But if we have one person committing a crime, especially a violent crime, that's too much. Comparing us to a larger city and thinking that we're out of control with crime, that's just not the case. Comparing us with a department that is manpower deficient, that's not the case. We're still a proactive law enforcement agency that's out here doing the job. And guys, let me just tell you, I want to take this opportunity to say that what we can and do is all about the men and women that are putting on the uniform every single day, putting the badge on their hip every day, that still come to this community and work in our community and live in our community and shop in our community, that want to make our community better. I appreciate you answering that question because, yes, absolutely, is a violent crime awful? 100%. But are we rampant with violent crime? No, we are not.
And would you say this is a message to the would-be criminals and also to the public to reassure them?
This is absolutely a message to the criminals, first and foremost. If you come to the city of Hammond, you come to the city of Hammond and you victimize anybody in our city, if you cause any type of terroristic act, is pretty much what I'd like to call it, by shooting randomly into crowds, we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to come after you. You're not just going to disappear and not be known who you are. We're going to continue to track you. We're going to continue to come after you, and we're going to put you in jail after we do our investigation and prove that you're the one who did it.
Chief, Saturday night, when the 16 people were you on the scene, and what was that like, and how did that come about?
Listen, we obviously had an incident overnight that Friday night into the early Saturday mornings. I was on scene. I worked with my officers all night. But I will tell you guys, it's not about me as chief of police. I will say it again. It's about the officers, the men and women that are putting the badge on, that are leaving their homes, coming to keep our community safe. You can have somebody at the top of an agency, and we can be the mouthpiece, we can be the steerer behind it, but we need the people that are actually going to drive the car and actually push the envelope into getting us into that right situation to apprehend these criminals.
You mentioned 16 arrests were made, 10 firearms were retrieved. Do we know how many actual shooters in this situation were identified?
So as of right now, we're looking at 2, and we put out in the press release a video, I believe it was, might have been a still picture of two suspects in the last shooting that we had. We have great leads on who they are. We're expecting closure on that case within the next week, if not by the end of this week. So we do have suspects. We are actively working it. You know, the great thing about our detectives is they know the players around here. The challenge becomes when they do come from out of town. In this last incident that occurred, we do believe it was some local guys that were involved, which made it even easier for our detectives. But for the ones that are out of town, that's why it's important that we have the relationships with the state police, Macomb Police Department, the FBI, and the people that can assist us.
Chief, what's cool about to start soon, and college students are returning to campus and back in the downtown life, and it gets more and more populated. Are there any specific measures y'all are gonna take specifically once students back on campus and they're out doing the nightlife in downtown more to ensure that they're safe during that experience?
Listen, I guess the only good thing in this whole situation is college students have not been involved in any of these things. These have been incidents that were targeted towards certain individuals. We haven't had college students that were actually involved. Is there going to be something specific when they get back? I will tell you that it's something specific that is starting tonight. It is starting tonight, and it's going to run tonight, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, may go into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but it'll be going every single week, and it's not going to stop. I jokingly made the comments, it's either going to stop when the problem's cleared or I run out of money, one or the other. But it's not going to stop. We're going to be proactive. We're going to make sure that the criminals are uncomfortable when they come to the city of Hammond.
And what is your message
We
to parents?
continue to hear the lack of lighting downtown continues to be an issue. Is there any plan to address that too for businesses that may be concerned about?
So I will tell you some of the active things that we're doing for this operation. If anyone rode through our downtown, we have our command bus out there, which is a camera system that we can actually float around and look at it. Our drone program is going to be up, and as far as the lighting goes, we've worked with the parish, Tangipahoa Parish President's Office. We have 5 different light plants that are going to be deployed throughout the downtown area and moved as needed to wherever we believe is the best spot to put them. We also, Energy was out today, and at the request of the mayor, they have 10 additional spots that they identified, and we have new street lights up on those corners. It's going to be an evaluation that's going to continue to happen to decide where we need lighting and don't need lighting. Look, it's unfortunate, but when you come to the city of Hammond without all the lights and all that, the ambiance, the experience has been great. Unfortunately, criminals use that as an opportunity to hide in the shadows and to operate under the cover of darkness. And we have to step up and we have to do a job to make sure that we don't allow them to give them that cover.
Can you speak more to you said the Saturday shooting was a retaliation to a previous shooting earlier that day. Could you speak more about details where that was?
I really don't have the details on that occurred outside of the Hammond city limits, and I don't want to comment on another agency's crime. So, but it's just our belief. It's a theory on what we have and what our detectives have been following up with.
You mentioned that in this particular case, there was issues with cooperation from the victims. Have you guys been noticing that as of lately, and is there any sort of initiative to build more trust between community members and law enforcement?
Listen, I think it's something that's probably happened for a long time. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of this is new to the city of Hammond, the extra crime and stuff like that going on. I think that it's an absolute issue. It's an issue when not only the parents or the person or the kid who was shot doesn't want to cooperate, but the parent isn't either. We can do what we can do to try and build those bridges and try to get the cooperation from the parents. But unfortunately, the mindset of these juveniles, these young kids, is, hey, I'm going to handle this myself. When they get killed and they can't get up, they're not going to be able to handle it. And the fact that I have a parent that smiles and laughs when that happens, it's just outrageous to me. It's hard for me to understand, and it should be unacceptable to anybody including the law enforcement, our community, or anybody else. Any other questions? Thank y'all for coming. We appreciate it. As I promised, Hammond Police Department will remain a proactive law enforcement agency, and we will do everything we can to get the bad guys in jail when they commit the crimes. Thank y'all.